What's up, guys? BenSamulakTV. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking your time to check out this video on how to help your kids listen more, how to get them to listen the first time. And I'm a parent, I'm a dad. I got a 9 and 7-year-old, and I also have a degree in elementary education, as well as I used to work in an after-school program while I was going through college. Actually, to me, that's really where I learned a lot of my skills on classroom management and how to help the kids with their behavior. It really came from me working at the after school program. And before school, I would come in, with the kids in the morning, they'd go to school, and I'd come back after school and, help with the kids. I was an aide there for many years. And I've started reading a lot of books because the first year was terrible. I mean, these kids would not listen to me. And I really like kids, that's why I have kids of my own now. And I just, I wanted to be around them and had fun. But eventually, you have to realize that you can have fun, but if they don't respect you, it's going to make your job a lot harder. So I started reading different books. And one book I read, it was awesome, and I learned, I read a couple books, but I got a lot of tips from some of these books. And one tip I learned that I really love was giving kids choices. And some of you may already know this, but I can give you a couple of examples that really work like magic. And I couldn't believe it when I read this book and I found out about choices, okay, how to give these kids choices. Because if you just tell, and you may not want to listen to me, I'm the parent, I'm just gonna tell them what to do. That's fine, go ahead. But enjoy the power struggles, because kids, it's inept that if you tell them what to do, for some reason, they just always want to do opposite, okay? So go ahead, you can waste all your time and energy if you like, but if you can learn a couple simple tips and tricks, it can make things, at least sometimes you can win more of these little battles, okay, outside of the war that we have with our kids every day. So choices, how do I mean? Okay, what do I mean? Now, I would tell the kids, like when they came into the gym or when I was with them, in the game room, I would say like, okay, guys, come sit down, right? And the kids would just walk around. And what can you do? In these days you can't touch a kid or be physical. They're gonna, back in the day, they'd whip me, right, if I didn't listen. But today it's like you can't do anything, and it's like I don't really want to either. I like kids, I don't want them to be mad at me. So what do I do? Like, come on, guys, get over here. All right, I'm gonna count 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that could work, right? 3, 2, 1. Some of those things, but if you tell the kid, here's what I learned, and they're like, give the kid choices. The choices have to be choices that you are okay with. So you can't tell them, if you don't sit down, you're not going to play gym today. That's fine if you truly want to carry that out. Is that punishment really worth, and the consequences have to be worth the same value of what you're telling them. So if it's like, come sit down, you're going to lose the whole gym. That's not really an equal consequence. They just need to sit down to get started for the game, right? So that's another thing, is for some reason with us, we just want to unload the whole bazooka just for minor infractions that we're trying. Come to the table right now, kids, it's time to eat. If you don't come to the table, you're going to go up to bed with no dinner, right? Really? Do we really want to send them up to bed with no dinner? We know they need to eat nutrition. So the choice, there has to be a choice, and it has to be, come sit down. If you don't sit down now, you're not going to be able to watch, you're not going to be able to watch TV for, if they watch TV after dinner, you're going to have 10 minutes of no TV, or you're going to have to go, here's another choice. So that's a choice, right? Give them a choice. If you don't sit down right now, you're going to lose 5 minutes. And so then you got to kind of perfect it, because some kids will be like, fine, I don't care. Okay, fine. You're going to lose 10 minutes then until you sit down. So then you can kind of up the ante, and the kids are like, whoa, okay, I don't want to lose. The kids want structure. The kids want to listen to you, but they need your help to help them to make it logical in their mind, and to give them a choice that this is the smart thing for me to do. Not just, to get, they're not going to, get a butt whipping or whatever. We're not really even allowed to do that these days, but it has to be logical to them as well. They have, as they start to get older, and this usually works 3, 4, 5, 6. As they start to get older, it works a lot better. Okay, when you're a 1 or 2 year old, I mean, you can give choices, but they're like little puppies. Like they don't understand. Their logic is just not really there. But as they start to get logic and understanding, you got to help these kids be able to make right decisions that's good for them. So it's our job, it's our duty as parents to help the kids to understand why it makes sense for them to do the right thing, because they're going to have some hardships. But those hardships don't need to be, you're going to lose dinner. You're not going to watch TV tonight, the whole night. And now what are you going to do? Now they're not going to be bugging you because they can't watch TV all night. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure the choices and the consequences are appropriate. That's thing, you are okay with both of them. Now, For my daughter, sometimes I'll tell her if she's acting up or not and not listening, say, you're gonna get a timeout if you don't if you do that again. She does it again. Okay, go to the top of the stairs and take a timeout for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, okay? That's it. And if they do it again, next time is gonna be 4 minutes. And then you know what I'm saying? So it just helps them to be able to self-regulate and to correct. You don't need to waste a lot of time. Give them an hour timeout and don't let it escalate to that. Stop it right away when they're starting to get to a point where they're out of control or they need to be put in check. You just tell them, hey, go to the top of the stairs or go to your room for 2 minutes or go on. And you don't send them to somewhere where they can read a book or have fun or watch TV. You have them sit on a chair or something or go sit in the corner somewhere that's boring that they're not going to watch. So 2 minutes is even like a long period of time if you're bored and if you don't like it. And I don't care. Okay, fine. You're going to get 4 minutes. So then they're like, wow, okay, they're not stupid. They know they're not gonna, and so and then that's one kind of incidents. Now, when my daughter wants, I want a piece of candy. Can I have 5 pieces? I want 5 pieces of candy. I want 5 pieces of candy. I want five. And they're gonna keep bugging you, right? So you give them a choice. Okay, I said 1 piece of candy. You can have one or you can have zero, your choice. And they're like, my daughter's like, okay, fine, takes the one. That's it. It's done. The argument's over. So you see how simple that is? And it doesn't work all the time, but that is a strategy that I've learned and it works. So you just tell the kids, hey, come sit at the table. Now I'll tell the kids, come sit down in the gym. I don't want to sit down. Okay, you're going to sit out of the game for 2 minutes. I don't care. Okay, fine, 4 minutes. And then come sit down against the wall for 2 minutes. Your time starts when you sit down. And so then they don't want to sit down. Okay, your time starts when you sit down. Okay, now it's 4 minutes. As soon as you sit down, your time starts. And the kids are like, fine. And they sit down. And you're like, wow, that was crazy. It's like magic. So this is something that you can practice. It took me some time to start to think about it and the situations I would face, but it was great because I had that after school program and I had lots of time and interactions with the kid to practice and perfect my craft. It becomes first nature at a certain point where you can just become very good at go get in the car right now. I don't want to. Okay, fine. If you don't get in the car, you're gonna when we whatever, you're not gonna get you're gonna get 5 minutes when we get home. Sit down, whatever, something. If it's in the car, you got to think of how that would work. Okay, then you're not gonna be able to talk in the car for 5 minutes. And so once you get in the car, no, as soon as you stop talking, your 5 minutes starts. But I don't. Okay, your time is okay. It's gonna be 10 minutes if you don't stop talking right now. Okay, your time just started, and they're quiet. So try it out, practice, start to, as you're having all these interactions with your kids, you're going to get a lot of practice to try to do this and perfect it. And you'll see little by little, you'll start to have less battles, have less times where things are really, less these wars escalating where they never needed to. And things, even if it's just a little smoother, I hope that these tips and these some of these things you can practice will do that. And I think it will. I really do think it'll at least make your life a little easier if you can start to implement and practice some of these things. So hope that helped. Thanks for tuning in, BenSamulakTV. See you next time. Bye.